Alright, this is going to be my first upload of our new channel. My 9-year-old wants a YouTube channel, and so we thought we'd start one with this project. So this is a 67 C50 purchased at an auction this last summer. You can still see the auction number there, 101, on the hood. So this was picked up for $90 here in central Minnesota. So we've got kind of some plans for it here. It looked like it had been sitting for quite a few years. Let me pop the hood here. So you can see it's got the straight 6 in it, the 292. Sorry about the light. It actually sat for a long time, I think over almost 20 years, and I rebuilt the carb and put a different ignition in it, and it started right up, believe it or not. So the engine is good. We're going to keep it with this for a while. I don't know, maybe a V8 upgrade at some point, but it's got a little bit of front end damage on it. Rust isn't too bad. A little bit on the fender there, which is pretty typical. This door is a little worse than the other side. Let's pop it inside here. So I pulled the seat out. I got a new seat out of a donor truck that can go in. Kind of just your normal inside 4-speed with the granny gear. It needs some cleaning. I got mouse traps in here. So it had a dump bed, flatbed on it. It's got the 2-speed vacuum activated rear end. But we're gonna pull the cab off and the front end, and it's gonna go on this guy. So I just bought this about a month ago. This is a 67 C20 3/4 ton frame, and it's got the 8-lug wheels on it. So we're gonna swap it out and make it a little more road friendly, a little easier to get rims and tires for it, not so expensive. Parts off the shelf at part stores for brakes and that kind of stuff. And this is a Nevada truck, so it's the rust is pretty minimal on it. I do need to get trailing arms and a cross member for it. That was stolen off of it, so I got some work to do. But so the question is how much modifying to bolt that on, because the cabs are essentially identical. As I'm walking through this deep snow here, the cabs are essentially identical on these big trucks as they are on the smaller, with the exception of the cutout right there on the door. But the difference is the front ends on these trucks, you can kind of tell, are actually shorter by, I guess, about a foot. I've been reading. There's not a lot of info online and not a lot of videos. That's why I'm making this video, to try to, hopefully if anybody wants to do one of these swaps, there's some more information. So I'm gonna have to push the cab forward on that C20 frame to get the center line of the wheel to line up in the wheel well. And I don't know how much that's gonna be. If it's gonna be 6 inches, 8 inches or less, I don't know. So that'll be first project here as soon as the weather gets better, gets a little warmer, because it's gonna be working outside here for a while, is to get the cab and the front end kind of mocked up on that other frame. And we'll see how much modifying I have to do, how much I'm gonna have to move the cab forward, maybe the engine mounts forward. That's kind of all an unknown at this point. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have some updates as progress continues on it. For anybody wanting to do one of these trucks are pretty cool, and they're pretty affordable. So stay tuned. Thanks.